This deck is somebody that desperately wanted to play Yahtzee instead of playing Magic the Gathering, and they have been forced at gunpoint against their will to play Magic the Gathering with their Yahtzee deck, and to account for that, have put in good interaction like Path to Exile, Deflecting Swat, and Chaos Warp on top of like 30 cards that roll dice. And this deck basically sits there and screams, "Please board wipe me. Please, God, I hate being alive. Please, oh please, sirs, use your Vandal Blasts and send me back to the Stone Age." You are in early stage capitalism. This deck is in its industrial revolution. You need to get to late stage capitalism where you are just murdering people. My friends said I couldn't mill without black, so I attempted to prove them wrong. Are your friends stupid? Excuse me? Why the is Archive Trap in here? Boy howdy, do we have some trauma responses in this deck. Archive Trap can only be in here because you've been stormed off on. Didn't Say Please. This is God's most honest mill deck if we are milling with Didn't Say Please. I don't think this is someone building their first Magic deck. I think this is someone who built their Magic deck with Locust God EDH rec and then just pure off the dome mill shenanigans. Most of what I'm seeing from these cards is like, haha, I'm gonna do a funny mill deck. Oh, I accidentally killed you all with Perforos again. With my 4 synergy pieces combined, you just fucking die. Like, you cannot present to me, this is my jank Locust God deck. Also, I have Perforos God of the Forge. Or this is my silly little Locust God deck that's going to storm off with Bergie and fucking kill you. We're gonna move on to Yummy Socks. Real as hell. I love this commander. Kellogg makes a little bit of sense. We have our crypto-fascist commune leader. That makes sense. My big criticism of this deck is I think you believe that you have way more exile synergies than you actually have. You have 4 cards in this whole deck that actually care that you have cast something from exile. So you have gotten lost in the sauce of being like, oh, my commander is exiling. Of course I have exile synergies. And that is a lie. Like, the commander is not Prosper. What I'm saying, like, we have Prosper, tone him down. I'm saying 4 cards. We have a ton of shit in this deck that is trying to cast something from exile, ostensibly because the deck benefits from you casting for exile. But when we look at the things that actually have a listed benefit for you casting from exile, there's 4 cards. One of them is Prosper, but we have no guarantee that we're going to see Prosper on your average game because this person is only running Gamble as their tutors because they're real and based. Unstable Amulet's coming out with Modern Horizons 3, and this is casting a spell from other than your hand, and this would contribute. This is like an actual, I'm going to advance the game state. I think this is pretty good. I would bring Tyrannosaurus, Keeper of Secrets, Memory Worm, all in there. They are all meaningful sources of damage. You have to be very careful with a deck like this because the number one thing that will make a table like turn off of it and start to really hate on you for playing it is when it gets into the lead and gets into the driver's seat but can't do anything to actually bring a win together. Cards that just can deal damage, great ways to get back into the driver's seat. But nothing eases the pain of having a deck held together by thumbtacks and free mulligans like having a gorgeous playmat to put them on. And today, by supporting Forrest ML's Kickstarter, you could flick your cardboard down onto the fullest art land collection. Buy separately or get the bundle for collectible cards and enough playmats to make sure your table knows exactly which color isn't welcome. And you swear to God they're gonna know I'm talking about blue, right? Okay, I'll say it. We are going to move on to Jordan Smith's spooky deck. Welcome to the Navussi. Having this be your list of ramp is like sending a billionaire to a grocery store and telling them to get food for the week, and they come back with like a Chanel bag and high-end truffle oil and then like organic chives. Oh my God, and then a beautiful zombie list followed by Chat GPT does my interaction for me.